Yes, my eyes on the harbor have sent word to that effect. What have you... It doesn't really matter. And I do...
One of the tall buildings overlooking the roundabout, most likely.
In any case, it's a relief to know someone has looked into it. If I may ask, will there be an official investigation? I assume you discovered there is an operation. Ah, good to hear. I wouldn't want to pry into a confidential police matter, but in the event you'd like to share more, I would like to know who it was. A runaway? Good work. This is a tangible lead towards solving the whole mystery. We contain multitudes, do we not? It might not be pertinent to her profession, but who knows? It may help you find her yet. Clever. Few suspect a woman in this sort of... That speaks of the vastness and sophistication of the operation. Were you able to examine the radio? Sensible for her to disable access to such essential information. High-intensity microwave frequencies. They're used for navigational purposes.
As the shipments approach Revachol? Somehow you suspect something more sinister.
I appreciate you placing your trust in me. Now, per our original agreement, it's time for me. I wouldn't normally break protocol like this, but the situation demands it. If you don't solve this murder, I'm afraid we... Yes. I'm afraid this strike may descend into a small-scale civil war, with possible consequences for all of Revachol. I have an indirect role to play, I'm sad to say. My employer experienced a momentary lapse of faith in me. In that moment, they elected to deploy a private military contractor. They were dispatched after I relayed the union's initial offer. A member of the board. I tried to convince my employer it was simply a piece of rhetoric, or a joke. They did not appreciate the humor. Absolutely not. These mercenaries are muscle, pure and simple. Crenel, an Oronese military company. As far as I know, 3 arrived in Martinez. They report to me sporadically, but they do not answer to me. They wear ceramic armor, have semi-automatic weapons, and years of combat experience. They also have trauma and stressor disorder, and no idea how to conduct themselves in an urban civilian environment. The story is, one of them, the Colonel, I don't know his real name, sexually assaulted a local woman. He was taken out behind the whirling in rags, and lived nothing. Mr. Clare refuses to let me into the harbor. I have not been able to discuss this matter with anyone there. The remaining 2 Crenel It's a smokescreen. In secret, they are conducting an independent military tribunal into the lynching. Once this investigation is concluded, executions will follow. It is very far from disco. My only hope is that you provide a single, concrete suspect. But if you don't pin this on someone good, and do it fast, they will identify and execute everyone present at the lynching. This in turn will force the Union to respond.
The Union has over 2,000 men.
Have you ever seen a hornet invade a beehive, detective?
The Seraï's giant hornet, the world's 2nd largest insect.
These men work in tandem using semi- and fully automatic firearms. Their armor is virtually impenetrable.
The muzzle loaders need to be reloaded after every 1 or 2 shots. The automatics every 1 or 2 minutes.
As I said, a bloodbath. Many bleak scenarios have already come true. Nameless, badgeless detective of the Citizens Militia. All we can do is keep the rest from following suit. One single, concrete suspect delivered into civil court, and I may be able to defuse this situation. Not much. Their public resume is relatively good, as far as... They boast a long list of clients. Saint-Baptiste, Welchman Lorenz, Eintracht. A warning sign, however. Sadly, no. Before this happened, if you still have access to the ICP's database, you could run a better background.
The International Collaboration Police, ICP, is charged with coordinating law enforcement activities in complex.
Ah, yes, your condition. The International Collaborative Police maintains a database for these sorts of things. Perhaps you should consult it. It was just a suggestion. I have, and they will. However, these orders take time to reach what is basically a rogue unit out in the field here.
She's being truthful. She is pressing them as hard.
Or he didn't. This is information passed on. The remaining contractors, their tribunal. It's that the man was killed because he assaulted a local woman. I've asked around last Sunday night at the Whirling in Rags. Either way, he's alleged to have sexually assaulted a woman. Sometime later, that's a good question, officer. I don't have the slightest idea. As I said, it's a rumor about a rumor. If you mean did I see him alive? Yes. Lely, his service name, a nom de guerre, most likely. He wouldn't divulge his full name. One is a man, Corty, they call him, a nickname as well. The other a woman, Phyllis de... He was 40, or 50. It's hard to say which. He had a combat injury on his lower jaw. It made... He was, Occidental, I think. Light brown hair, a mixed accent. In a way, it was humanizing. He had to learn to speak through it. Through the injury. That's all I know, I guess. I only met him once. They've gone to ground, as it were. I don't recommend seeking them out. They don't have the same respect for the Revachol citizens' militia as I do. To put it bluntly, you're likely to run into them eventually. When that happens, I'll be in a better position to mediate if I don't appear involved.
One is obviously the scab leader at the harbour gates. The one chanting the idiotic slogans. He's barely maintaining his disguise. The other has a vantage point in a building south of the roundabout. They were keeping tabs on you while...
That may be so.
The situation at the gates is a powder keg. She says she wants to avert catastrophe, but...
That would afford a good vantage point.
Nothing is inaccessible.
I hope I can answer it better. Until the executions start? Truthfully, I don't know. It depends on their progress identifying the... Not on this matter. It's a matter of days, not weeks. I am sorry to have been the bearer of bad news.
She reaches for the photo for about half a minute in silence. Her mouth is relaxed. The accordion lines near her mouth vanish.
Sorry. I was trying to see if I can read the web of interdependencies between these points. The stars. I can't. But that's how you read this story. The points themselves don't have letters, numbers, anything. Close. Port cities. This is an Oronese map of the waterways, a sailor's tattoo worn by wayfarers of the Dolorian century. Over 300 years ago, the sailors would mark their bodies to map their travels. The sailor's soul would use it to fly back home if they should die abroad. This is a sort of contraption to be reeled back in by. The silver cord, they would call it. Quite a few. Vredefort, the Oronese capital, traditionally stands on the right shoulder. He started somewhere near here, I think. Then he made his way to the Pretto Grande, through what I think must be Revachol. Those are the two constants. Vredefort on the shoulder, and Revachol in the heart. They started the tradition of these maps right after the discovery.
The old world passing by.
I can't. This man was no sailor, and these are no ports. I can understand
Vredefort? Vredefort has a military academy. The Seminese Islands saw a recent conflict. In Revachol, he was executed.
That makes sense to me. We have no more use for a map of the waterways. Just like we don't...
For all the boys looking for adventure, a blood...
His platoon members? The other contractors. Though I do not suggest you go and show them that picture. This man was their friend and comrade.
Surely there are other people to ask about the tattoo. This is not necessary to complete the task, officer. It's a dangerous side task. Search elsewhere.
Do what you have to do, Detective. I don't think deciphering that tattoo should come before public security. But if you should wade into the mob to find out, I couldn't stop you. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Aces low.
Hello again, officer. Oh, no.
She does have eyes that seem to be smeared with coal.
Yes, I keep hoping a shaft. Does anyone in a city like this? It doesn't have to do anything at all. Nothing does. Shoot, Piggy. It's what you...
This door is made of metal and number 28. This is... No one answers. Looks like he isn't home. You should come back later. After...
My husband? I don't know. At home now? Yes, but No. Of course.
It's got to be something else then. Why else would you be asking her if it wasn't?
No, absolutely. Are you a policeman or a nanny? They are...
You know where they are. They're at home. No, they're at a disco. Getting down. Stupid.
What? That's just... They're almost grown up now anyway. They're past the age they need me protecting them from everything now. My youngest girl, Jolie, is just... Why do you need to know this? Haven't I repeatedly told you that they're...
She gives you a short nod and shifts her. The woman...
Hi, Ace Detective. Are you here for more books?
Because you know each other. She's been talking to you so openly because you've talked before.
Yes, I used to stand out there all the time. You've been running around all week without your shirt on, sir, apologising to everyone. Of course, you've stopped by a few times. You certainly look better than the last time. Yeah, but you don't have party eyes anymore. You know, like a cat in the dark, all big and wide-eyed. It certainly looks odd on a man.
The swiveling eyes of a loony drug addict. That is what she meant. You were probably good. Good thing she didn't say party eyes loud. Her mind. Fuck yeah. You should get some party eyes right now. Snap those sequins on you, boy. Don't leave us hanging like that, man. Open yourself to the experiences of the world. Expand your consciousness with amphetamines.
I didn't know I had to do that. I'm glad I could help you, sir.
Oh my. What happened to... Well, whatever the cause... Listen, sweetie, I hate to ask, but if...
The quest.
And if you see him, let him know Lena is waiting for him here at the Whirling. He gets so tangled up in his work that... Oh, you're such a dear. Thank you, sweetie.
can I help you?
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here. Again, just get the dead guy. Huh? How the fuck do I know?
Interesting, sire. It's as if he's lying to...
This line of questioning is over. You got the cause of death already? Hanging.
You still on about that bullet? A bullet in a hangman's head.
It's bound to happen again, you know?
Sire, it would be an event most dramatic if you were to produce the bullet and dangle it before their very eyes.
Wow! He's got...
Why don't you go home and log it into evidence? These...
You know what I think? I think he was shot in the head.
Around the bullet, man.
All the goofing around is to avoid lying. It's a technique.
Shit! I probably did shoot him.
Yeah, Glenn likes to shoot his guns when he's drunk.
Before? After? During? This is getting ridiculous.
It's not like he blew it wide open, but there's a little crack in there somewhere.
Oh.
And what's gonna happen if we don't? You're gonna go and tell...
Yeah. Let me state this very...
But having Everard back you up like that did seem to have some effect.
Like hell you have. There is no local drug trade. This place is as clean as a rifle. That's a mighty interesting theory. I guess that's what you would need to do, theoretically.
Yeah, man. Theoretic.
You would need good, trustworthy people to take their place, of course. Hardy men to run such a monopoly. For the good of the community. No, there aren't.
Whatever you've seen is peanuts. Look at the big picture, man.
Theoretically, of course. We're just talking politics here. My answer to your drug accusation. My answer...
And...
I know! Fatty walked on all fours. He's so...
Go fuck your mom.
That's more like it, boys. You heard him. It was Angus on all fours. Anything else you need to know?
Yeah.
Wouldn't want to beat up his grandma.
Let them come.
You heard the man. Right here. We're...
Yeah. A well-oiled murder machine.
We got weapons of our own. We got Ister 50s. I guess we're going...
That was an unsure phrasing.
Right about what? That a 50 caliber bullet goes through...
We're not bees. We're men.
Easy, E. He's...
Yeah. Where are they now, huh?
Big fucking surprise. What do you mean, okay? No, they won't. Get out of here with... No wonder you cops get shot to shit every day. Can't go to war with an attitude like that.
It's always Kuno, never I. Clearly the kids
Kuno trying to... Help! Help! He's got the Kuno, help! Help! Escalate! Pigs in here, Kuno! Somebody...
How did we get here? How did this happen? This makes no sense. There may still be a way out. Just appeal to his reason. You didn't shut him down.
Kuno can't believe this shit. Pig! Kuno thought you had this. What happened? Kuno can't do anything now.
Fuck your shoulder, fuck your knee, fuck your fat body up!
Yeah? You...
Oh God, do something quick. They're gonna start that again.
Kuno beat the shit out of the...
Kuno S is... Everything about her is saying, wow.
belittled yourself before the Kuno. Now you must seek his forgiveness.
Fucking what, pig? Yeah, how are we gonna make...
A material offering is implied. He wants stuff. Only stuff can make it okay again.
You fucking with Kuno?
The wide grin above his clenched jaw.
Don't trust...
Ease off, see? Thanks, pig. We're cool now. You punching his...
He really likes this. This motor lorry shit makes Kuno happy. You could say you interface with his good side. It's not Kuno. It's Kuno S. Kuno S is by far the worst of the two. Kuno has no problem being near you, but the other hides behind the fence. She came up with that psychopathic scheme of screaming for help before. Also, Kuno hasn't stopped talking to you, even enjoys it from time to time. When you talk to the other one, all in all, Kuno respects madness. You cannot hope to outdo her on that front. You must win yourself a few minutes with him alone.
Fuck you whispering about?
He's whispering too. He's going with it. But
Fuck you, whisper.
she puts extra stress onto that word.
If Kuno wants to whisper, he's gonna fucking whisper, okay? Let's...
This is it. You've got him. But be careful. You can still fuck this up. Don't make Kuno look bad in this.
She's not fuck...
Wrong move. But he's whispering still. You haven't lost him. Just don't mess up again. Or you will. There are no guarantees here.
It's a...
Idiot. That's it.
Try to fuck my Kuno! Try...
A chill comes over you, the wind from the boulevard south, lashing you for trying to separate them, for trying to take the street out of Kuno. You were too pushy last time. Think this through. Just look. While Kuno has no problem being near you, she came up also. All in all, Kuno...
Fuck you whispering about?
He's whispering too. He's going with it. She puts extra...
If Kuno wants to whisper, he's gonna fucking whisper, okay?
This is it. You've got him.
Crazy? You don't know the half of it. She's not crazy. She's insane. Dangerous. She's smoked a man. She's done people in. Probably even...
Stop talking to him! Kuno, I'm fucking...
She understands what you're trying to...
Yo, see? Did Kuno not tell ya? Talk, pig. Kuno's...
You did it. They're separated. Fuck. She can read lips. You should cup your mouth.
Kuno means she...
His little green eyes are fixed. He's meant everything he said before. But right now, he not only means it, he is sincere.
Are you getting this? To think of... She's probably killed a pig too. I mean, I'm pretty... Forget Kuno said that. Kuno was just shitting.
A cop would be too large for her to overpower, but a determined The creature peers at you both from over the fence. There is something searching in her eye. Kuno falls silent. He does.
Kuno, that's...
He usually looks you straight in the eye. Don't move your head. Just from the corner of your eye, look at her. Though her friend spoke too low for her to hear, Kuno S is not smiling at.
Yeah, she would have liked to fuck him up, but she didn't. Kuno wasn't around, and C was with Kuno. Look, Kuno's gonna put you at ease.
He speaks the truth, my liege.
Yeah, she's psycho. None of that kiddie psycho. Cat burning shit. Snuff radio shit.
And he doesn't even want to think about it. This isn't just another boast.
Fuck knows. She says it's the crazy people. The fucking Nakis.
It's Suruese. The Suru are an indigenous ethnic minority in the social democratic powerhouse Vasa on the tundra and taiga.
Suruese? Like that man from Shelmdall shit?
Revelshot does have a small Suruese community, or she climbed into a yakberry crate.
Fuck no, she's not my sister. She's just a stray who got in, like a mad dog or some shit. Yeah, she was just there.
What was that, Kuno?
She was in the hallway, dripping wet, by the fucking shoe rack, in the dark. Kuno's got no fucking idea. Her hair was all wet. I think she pissed on the floor too. She was there for 3... I don't know. Someone left the door open. Kuno's dad doesn't give a shit. Doesn't even see her there. Or thinks it's fucking Kuno. Shit's all on Kuno. How's Kuno dealing? Kuno's dealing just fine. He doesn't need you fucking with any of it. C doesn't either. Kuno's got this shit under control. Listen, listen. C is Kuno's go-to. Kuno's protecting her.
This is what it all comes down to.
I'm going to kill you. I'll run when you put the cuffs on her, sneak up on you later, and fuck you up. You want... Alright, now we can do business. Yeah? What do you want? Kuno can hook you up with...
Oh, don't hook him up with shit, Kuno.
See? Relax. He respects the Kuno. Kuno made him respect the Kuno. You respect the Kuno. Kuno's gonna get you hooked on illegal narcotics if you run a little errand for the Kuno. Get you hooked, pig. Get his hook. See, it's tension and release with Kuno. Now we releasing. The pan buying shit, that's on now too. 90% discount for Kuno's pig. Kuno flexes for hobos. Kuno sees you're in need. Kuno gets it from his dad. Kuno and his dad... Problem is, Kuno and his dad had a little falling out. Now junkies clawing at Kuno's door. Streets going mad. Kuno's got to throw his dirty popo man. Dirty popo man is you. In there is Kuno's violent dad on steroids. Kuno's dad is a fucking monster. He's...
Are you sure you can take on the most violent man in Revachol? In your condition? That's half a grand.
Yeah? Half a G? What the fuck you talking about?
You can barely see it because there's...
Okay. Kuno's listening. Sure. Confiscate it. Just get in the apartment building. Kuno knows you already fucked your way in. Go to room 12, first floor, and kick down the door. Police. That's it. Next time Kuno sees you, you better have his shit. Kuno...
Die before I squeal, pig. I come from the woods.
That isn't just a five-pointed star. The star and antlers was developed in even today, half a century after. The star and antlers retains the ability to symbolize the also, some social democrats were already, because white is the color. Nothing at all.
Give me a moment. The Waiters are at the end of this hallway, right next to the commute. I'm not... If you... It's barely bigger.
And all she gets, too. The coastal wind. She hasn't spoken to anyone for a while. Even... A shabby door hangs oddly on its hinges, secured to the doorframe with a safety chain. An unpaid energy bill is attached, threatening to cut off. A shabby door hangs oddly on its hinges. Snip, you can just go. A phone book lies open on the table, covering a stack. You pocket the bottle as if it were the most...
Gendarmerie, you found me.
His slender figure is backlit by city light.
Beautiful. So tell me, are you here to make things right again? Beautiful. I have some good news for you. My Sunday friend is visiting me tonight. I told him about you and he'd like to say hello. Step in. He's already waiting. That's why I chose this place. Martinez is special, isn't it? Trust me, you do. That's nice, but I don't have anything to tell you.
He takes another drag of... Downstairs, a cat crosses the yard.
Besides, I've got to run.
Something tells you you're never going to talk to an individual this cool or mysterious.
To the city.
A man on high heels stumbles out of a basement club. Music blasting over the entire district.
We'll talk. Just not take care, all right?
And he's gone again.
Officers of the Revachol Citizens Militia.
His hands are clean and well manicured. This is a man who knows the importance of appearances.
My name is Charles Vildrouin, and I am an official with the coalition government. I work for the Institute of Price Stabilité on assignment from... I heard you talking to my friend outside.
Hanging? What a drag. He seems like a cultured gentleman. You should ask him about the finer things.
Oh, yes. My friend has a great eye for these things. That's really all I can tell you about it. The Coalition is only looking out for the price stability. The economy impacts the entire international community, which is why it requires international oversight. Well, I'm renovating it. It is an interesting project. The building, you could say I'm undoing some of the material damage the international community caused. Yes, as I said before, I'm a commissioner from Sur-la-Clé working for the Institute.
Wait, there isn't actually an Institute of Price Stability, is there? Or maybe there is. God, it's impossible to understand whether someone from the moral intern is joking.
It is the most. It's the central goal of any sound monetary policy. Maintaining the price stability, which is essential for maintaining the social... Take your daily bread, for example. Too much inflation, bread becomes too expensive. Too much deflation, it becomes too cheap for bakers to produce. That's why the Institute of Price Stability works to keep inflation just below 2%. But not too far below, no. The Coalition believes in the importance of informing the public about the benefits of the... A sound monetary policy is essential for addressing uncertainty. Stability... But oh, I don't have my leaflets on me today. That's too bad. You can always call our info... It's the International Organization for Moralists. Hence, Moralist International. The Institute of Price Stability is just one of its many mind-bits. But of course, because moralists believe in a normal, stable world governed by democratic values. The Occident is part of the normal world. Martinez? No. Martinez, Revachol is generally difficult. It's led by an but they are working towards it. You're all doing very well here, relatively speaking. Do you think peace is boring? What about prosperity? I agree. And we as an international community...
The smile he gives you is straight off a campaign poster. The kind of smile...
Now, enough of this delightful political interlude. Was there anything else you wanted to add? What's there to say? Sur-la-Clé is a modern, urbanized country that measures very high on the human... Moreover, it is a great sponsor of less emerged countries.
Darlings, that can't be an official...
Because a great percentage of Revachol's culture hails from Sur-la-Clé. Its language, its people.
Jamrock and other parts of the international zone have been mercifully spared of Sur-la-Clé's love for meatballs and mashed potatoes.
La communauté internationale is what Revacholians colloquially call the Coalition. In other words, the nations that stopped the... Oranje is an exemplary nation who, as a core member of EPIS, contributes 28% of our annual budget. Next to Sur-la-Clé, Oranje is... As founding members, they are both very EPIS. Oranje carries a lot of political weight, while Sur-la-Clé takes care of the business side of things. Sur-la-Clé, Oranje's economy is one of the most advanced in the world. It has...
But that didn't tell you anything about Oranje.
About what? Oh, it's very urban and very well organized. Their streets are clean, their horse cars run on time, the people are polite and efficient. Like I said, they are an example for less emerged nations to follow. Whatever you wish, officer. I'm sorry to say I did, officer. Officer, it's very difficult to describe what I saw that night.
He holds out his hands and blossoms his fingers, like a drama teacher setting the scene.
No, no. I was on the balcony when it happened, getting some fresh air. I remember that first they came in. That's when I understood. I should not. I couldn't see their faces well, and there were quite a few. Let's just say that the laboring classes can get rather expressive with their profanity. I couldn't tell you exactly.
Sound familiar? That matches the prince you observed.
That's a giant you're describing. No, they were all quite huge. I went back inside. Officer, the yard was pitch black. There was nothing to see, but I could still hear their voices. All men, I presume.
That doesn't quite comport with what you know.
It's possible, officer, but I cannot say for certain. I believe they were mostly white, though I believe I saw 2 aeropages. Well, that's the strangest part, officer. Nothing happened. Eventually, their shouts died down, and that was all. There were no gunshots. You're right, of course. That is... I'm afraid I don't have anything else. All I can say... My watch. Yes, now I remember. No, I didn't see the corpse until the following day. Of course, anything I can do to assist the RCM. Ah, my friend. My friend is a good young man. His family immigrated here from... Kedra is a candidate member of APIS. But, between you and me, their potential membership is a more contentious issue. That it's never going to happen. They entered negotiations in 21, and it's been pending ever since. EPIS is a very special program developed by the Moral Intern to support certain Occidental nations. It began as a unified system of weights and measures, which proved to be a wild success. Nothing but kill...
God, yes. Sweet standardization. The backbone of rationality and...
It was such a wild success that we expanded it into an economic union for the processing of steel. Another success. And between you and me, the Moral Intern, a supranational political alliance, the United States of Occident. You mean Revachol? No, it's one day going to be a candidate.
Except that candidate members never become full members, do they?
No, candidate members do become members. Why do we even have... But we were talking about my friend here, not politics. How did any of us become friends? Bad things happening on the Insulindian Isola? Oil platforms ablaze in the night? Civil wars lasting for years? Finally, the international community is forced to step in. Au contraire, it's how millions of people end up where they are. Sorry, who? But I told you, officer, he's a bright young man here to pursue his education. Officer, you have to understand. I can't give you his personal... He's deeply enmeshed. He's a truly free spirit. He likes all the arts. Perhaps graphic design? I'm just enjoying the view. We're old friends. I'm sure you'll see him around. I'm all ears, officer. A moment. Do you have everything you need from me? I'm afraid we won't have the chance to speak again once you leave. It's against diplomatic best practices for an official in my position to be discussing murders with local...
That's not the real reason he's so apprehensive. Men in his position shouldn't be seen loitering around in underprivileged young men's apartments in the middle of the night.
Sure, go ahead. Was there anything else? Of course.
All around you, the spring thaw, looking up at the sky. Grey sky like humid. Sheets of rain over the water. A flight, the ruins of a half-sunken sea. The skyscrapers of London. Urban coastline. Coal City. Your hair is an oily mess flecked with the great gates. Behind the gates, you. La Drusienne. Couronne. A silvery curtain of... You have never been there. They... Capeside apartments. Tower blocks crowd one another. Hallways collapse from the evening news. A yard. Rain falls onto the roof. A traffic jam. Rain. The road ascends.
I've a brother in the cut. Where the wood at?
To be in Martinez, where no one goes, at the runoff point of a long-forgotten canal, in the whitest part of town, in the shadow of the day the revolution fell, standing in the rain, look, in the rain-swept distance, your vision blurs, you wipe your face with your hand. Coalition-era statics hang like apples. These spring thaw will not last. The winter will return to Revachol.
Cuno. Alright, so you got Cuno's key. That's how we split it. It's the best way. Street way. Wow. There you go. More than half in there. Now tell me, how the fuck are you still alive, pig? The fuck
Yeah, we got plans.
Yeah, pig, this shit is done. Now get the fuck out of Cuno's face. Cuno needs to drop the bomb. Here, pig. We've found now. Performance buddies. Cuno could already see you soaring through the air like a...
Money debt doesn't mean anything. He's just saying...
I've got nothing to say to you. What you want is of no significance. What are we... The Union isn't going to... If anything, it is the...
You see a heavy steel door with the cobalt blue surface, old cobalt paint. It leads to a side building. Adjacent to this, the door does not budge.
Got the 20 real? Good. You got the room for the night, but remember, you'll...
The door is closed. Still nothing. The window stands broken. This is not the cleanest bathtub in the... that soap scum smell. It smells like... The bathtub slowly fills with... The water is only lukewarm, but still comforting, like amniotic fluid. Now you are alone with your thoughts in the tub. But it's easier than being alone with your thoughts outside the... You see the corpse. You can still smell it. Then, houses along a narrow street. A video rental. Darkness on the planet's curve. Your fingers grow pale and are covered with tiny whirls. What are you doing? You're not some fat fish in a fucking aquarium. The waterline recedes as you stand. You are... The bed is still cold from the broken window, and not too... The bed is still cold from the wind blowing in.
Here we are again, my broken bird. The waves are coming, carrying you away. But you can't go. No, you're not cooperating. It's your disgusting body. Even through your sleep, you feel a vague discomfort suffusing it.
That pain in your right side is your enlarged liver, by the way. As for your kidneys, you've really been compounding the damage lately.
Now you've gone off the rails, baby. Now you're stuck sitting here by the train. You're just stuck here, in the half-world. Could try looking at other people. Really looking. But why would you want to start?
Oh, baby boy, you're all...
Maybe if you know, like, took a lot of drug, maybe if you cracked the damn thing, then you'd feel satisfied and tired. Maybe if you weren't so hard on yourself.
What do you think you're doing right now? Coming to some greater awareness? Look at all these lights blinking in and out of existence.
Let it.
But it never seems to let you go, does it? Time to rise and watch.
The door is closed.
Yes?
The woman in an RCM patrol officer's uniform.
I would really prefer not to talk to you right now. Yes, I am. I know.
Here's the real deal.
I'm definitely not the cavalry. I don't know. I mean, why would I want to talk to you? No, you haven't. Okay, fine.
What does one talk about with a fellow officer?
What precinct?
Fucking deranged.
You're getting an intellectually unsatisfying vibe from this conversation.
I don't...
Don't say anything, Judith.
I'm just...
No one. I'm just a man with sunglasses. And you are?
Yes. The police will...
Something about the man with sunglasses and you. The energy between you two is making her...
You look like shit. And I don't mean that as a metaphor. Yeah, I know.
Oh, come on, Jean. It looks like it's been a rough...
It's not just this week.
There's something about this guy that matches with a he might be wearing a disguise.
Yes, it's a...
As if waiting for some kind of reaction. Or a...
I'm not getting involved in this.
You know what it is.
Oh, I definitely...
Another life.
Yes, from another life. To what station do you think you would belong in this alternate and totally fictional reality? Okay, that's plausible. That's somewhere good. Okay. Let's be crazy. Let's say you and I are partners. How's that for a thought experiment? Would you now, or would I be cramping your style? Never mind. Partner. Okay. How about you stop? Oh, no. You see, I enjoy watching other.
This isn't helping.
You're not going to believe this, but... Yes, sir. Solving crimes, locking up bad guys, and... Just some regular boring motherfuckers in suits and uniforms. Nothing spectacularly Oh, it's you, you eccentric genius. I mean, with your unorthodox approach to police work, it has to be you. Not even a little bit.
It's an urban myth about an officer who is so far undercover he can't remember who he is. As I say, it's just an urban myth.
Okay, yes, you get the joke.
Neither can I, partner. Neither. About what? You don't look like a cop. You know what you look like? Not the prophet shit again. No. 'Cause it's not my job. Why don't you go and fucking do yours and solve this damn hanging? Actually...
Come on, Jean.
Okay, say thing.
Suddenly, out of nowhere, case-related things start popping up in your head.
You think he was hanged as a cover-up? To hide the shooting? Okay, well... I don't know. Why...
It's like you felt it would be intellectually stimulating and would lead somewhere. A custom even? You know what? It must be because he's buff.
Oh my god, there's more. You want something more? Okay, why not? Let's do the whole thing up. So, do you know who hanged him? I don't know. Oh my god, there's more. Watch out for...
That voice. So very familiar. Did you hear it when called...
Oh really? I wonder where... That's the where you remember me from? You don't say. Goodbye then. The voice thing was a queen.
Okay, the man with the sunglasses and his hypothetical Station 41. Weird, right? There's something missing here. Something you can't put our finger on. You know what? Just ask him. Yes, just cross it off the list.
Again? I'm going to say no. Just to see what you'll say to that. Okay.
Jean.
Okay, I was clearly wrong. He is a firefighter, male nurse, animal control agent. The man ponders his cooking.
Hi, gendarme. Another rendezvous. Hi. So what brings you here? Oh yes, let's see. He knocked on my door a few days after the lynching. I think he was going through the entire building, asking questions. Nothing. That I didn't see anything. What friend? No, I don't think it came up. Muscular, handsome, strong. Yes, but he was speaking to someone on it. Yes, you know those tiny... Just reporting back whatever I was telling him. Oh, let me think. He sounded vaguely Oranese. No, not vaguely. Sure. Anything else on your mind? Admiring the atmosphere. What about you, officer? Convenient. But what are you doing here? You did? And how did you like him? I told you, he can be very useful. I guess that's the charm of powerful people. Friends, I told you. Sunday friends. Friends who like to get... That he won't be there when times get tough, I guess. It is. On Sundays. He has keys. And he likes the view. To the sea, I mean. What about me, gendarme?
Could he be a member of the whole... Yes, this man is definitely just pointing it out. We're not talking about some kind of cult with members here. you may...
The homosexual underground? Why, yes, I am, officer. Why? Do you want to investigate? Well, I am one of them. One of the Sub Rosa pleasure group, congregating in cellars under the cover of night. Saturday night. Sometimes even Friday night. Or Thursday night. Sometimes the congregating doesn't even end. It carries on into a... Oh, we're ambitious. We want to destroy the last vestiges of meaning, the last things people in Rebeshul have to hold on to, the true symbols of security. Everything will be constantly shifting and moving under our rule. The future will belong to a circus of identities just spinning around, surreal and unreal. You will... Yes, we listen to a lot of disco. Some say we engineered disco to spread our vision of a vertiginous, ever-changing society, where all there is a razzle-dazzle of gold. We are going to change the family unit with all this razzmatazz and finger dancing. And with mysteries. Of course, the mysteries are also of sexual nature, very esoteric. Sure thing, officer. What do you want to know next? Bye-bye, gendarme.
Snow covers the white on blue police livery of the motorcade. Do something important? Something murder-related? This is a Caprice Kanema. The Caprice Motor Corps, with its air-cooled, rear-mounted 12-cylinder compression ignition engine, driving the rear wheels through a 4-speed manual gearbox, the Kanema is able to reach 100 kilometers per hour. The high center of balance is offset by a large battery bank mounted at the bottom of the cabin, feeding all the auxiliary systems, and due to a quite steep price tag, it is very unusual to see one in police livery.
You want to take a closer look? 130.
I reckon that's a 7-liter V. Man, that's got to be a major advancement over the KR-18GU engine.
7.2. Supercharged. Yes.
Helium headlights would improve the range and quality.
Actually, I have a pair at home. Just haven't gotten around to fitting them yet. I need to lay some wiring. Maybe.
And means no.
Don't think so.
Silence. He takes the photo. Hard as a stone.
Fucking loincloths. Really did him in. What it means. I can tell you what this one means. Only one. Our colonel is deep in the bush here. Deep. in the fucking bush in Benaitel, 41.
Benaitel is one of the inhabited islands of the Seminese archipelago near the Pale. Covered in jungle, it was anchor point for the Seminese nationalists in the...
He spent a month behind enemy lines, scouting kept villages.
With some strange emotion. This is about to get really...
Our boy, he's only a captain then, but he knows how these men think. If they don't see action soon... At dawn, he comes upon 2 kids, breeding in the bushes by the river. Or we shot the boy. He was useless, but the girl, she was nice. A little fat, you know. She was quite the entertainment. For the week she lasted, expired in the hands of Sarge Mason. The kind of guy who'd make Chief there shit his pants and cry like a bitch. God. Mason couldn't let go. Cut the tits off Virgo. Drowned in a creek a week later.
Something stirs in your stomach.
No. I was in the domain. Fucking mask is getting sweaty. I want to take my mask off. But... Nah. You've earned it. All right now.
On the photo in your hands, the dead man's skin is studded with stars. Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Sure, officer. What's the number? And the make of the armor, if you know. Got it. I'll contact the ICP database immediately. Call back tomorrow. Hopefully they'll have dug up something useful by then. No. And I doubt they'll get back to me before tomorrow morning. Anything else?
He's carelessly chewing on a piece of hot.
Oh, it's you. With all the damage you've been dealing, what else?
It's hard to say if he does.
What? You want me to do blood work for you again? You want the real, honest-to-God truth? Stop drinking, eat magnesium. And no, I don't want to hear a political commentary on the topic. In fact, it's not.
Cyanoacrylate is superglue.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else I can help you with, officer? Does it... Yes. Oh, great. What else do you need? Yes, I know who you are. You're a Oh.
Real policemen have uniforms too, by the way. Where's yours? He's in plain clothes.
Please, no. You were trying to impress some people with it. You were waving it around and everyone...
Oh, you know, when you put your gun, your actual gun, on your temple and pretend to shoot your brains out? I remember this. You were screaming things like, "My brains are all over the wall," painting them...
Me neither. No idea. All I know is next you were waving around money instead. Saying it almost looked like you pawned it. But believe me, I did not ask. Uniform? I never saw you in any uniform.
You hear?
Anything else I can help you with, officer?
As always, it's DJ Mesh and Fellatio, and you're listening to...
A flock of seagulls. Right.
Someone must have been messing with the radio, or maybe it picked up a random frequency. You wanted a prime line, right? Oh, is that...
Go for it. Turn the radio back on while it's still on the Speed Freaks FM.
Nothing to get into, really.
This is Precinct 57. 57.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering. The white. Your fingers waste no time closing around that. You feel an uninterrupted. After a while, you realize, of course it's only in your head. Of course, the handle is pulled. In the cabin, you see a.
Top of the morning to you. How may I be of service? Perhaps. I just like being awake for the transition between night and morning. Sure, let me... I'm not purchasing any more clothing at the moment. Anything else you're thinking of selling? Another time, perhaps.
A rusting control panel. You grab the handle and pull the lever. The water lock starts moving.
Okay, if we ever need to get to the coast, then this is the...
Focus on one thing. Achieve it, then... Rust peels off the bent iron posts.
In this yard?
He's assessing the situation.
Someone thought they could have a summer house in a bloc obscure. For cheap. It didn't. A black block. A part of the city left unrenovated after.
On aerial photos, bloc obscures look like.
Practically, it's not an official term in any way, but look around. No sewage, broken power lines, crime, drunks. Life is tough in the blocks. It's not. Yes, for you to pick up as part of the Jamrock.
It's not meant.
We should move.
A banged-up motor carriage lies half submerged in the icy water, slowly sinking into...
My guess is it started its journey from the plaza, where it... I agree. We should definitely investigate.
You get a sudden, sinking feeling. Stomach acid comes up as you look at the motor carriage. The motor carriage is properly stuck. A single day in the salty... The logo is too deep in the murky water.
The ice hasn't closed around the vehicle yet. My guess is...
The estimate is correct. The incident probably occurred. Your mocking tone finds no response, but the motion of the waves.
Yes, yes. Clearly, this is a triumph. Let's wait for the load.
Great idea. Then we can get the things...
I don't know. An hour or two, tops?
As you sit down in the old rust, the hinges creak under your weight. Nothing but the sound of seagulls high above in the sky, echoing.
Yes, yes, it does.
The tune on your lips forms a strange, yet undid. The lieutenant gives you a quick glance, then, still looking straight, two birds on a wire, whistling by the seaside. Looking at the wind blows. In the distance, behind the church, the clouds pass in the sky, and the shadow of the swing moves like the hour hand on a timepiece. Looks like this might take a while. Time to present a good topic for discussion.
Well, historically...
Okay, he's thinking. I can do this. Let's do this. Well, napalm ants, for example, are used in some right. Clouds on the horizon grow darker, and the shadow of the swing set keeps climbing. You hear the distant rumble of the city. 30 minutes pass.
Luckily, I am already a member of an independent organization, and therefore do not have to choose between a rock and a hard place.
Your voice echoes on the water, strange and out of place in the environment. 30 more minutes pass.
Detective, I've been able to make out the mark ever since...
Yes. What?
It is a simple and rugged machine. Yes, 41. What do you...
It's as if he knows what it stands for. Does he know something about the driver of this vehicle?
A precinct, yes.
A massive pit opens up. No. Just nope. Say no to this, Harry.
I'm afraid so, yes. It looks like you drove your police motor carriage into the sea after you jumped across the canal. Of whom? I don't think so. If anything, you were probably drunk. Detective, we don't.
It's sunken too deep. There is no access ramp to the coast.
People are more valuable than machines. Training a police officer is even more... That is very unlikely. You'd be lucky to find one and that... Well, not cheaper. This motor carriage costs 40,000 real. But in the long run, it still makes more sense to buy a new machine. Let's face it, this is a substantial loss to your district's budget. I mean, my station only has 4 other vehicles.
This was 20% of the station's vehicular budget. The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and doesn't say anything.
You can still whistle. Besides, the night is always... Yes, let's...
A police badge on which you see the photo of a man.
At least...
Encased between 2 durable plastic sheets is a bluish card with... You see a photo, a name, a rank, a document number, the date of issue, and the man keeps winking at you with his green-grey eyes. But the badge is new. You used an old photo for a new 8, maybe 10 years. The guy in the picture is rather... What do you think? His face is already contorted by... It looks like you had quite the charming face way back then. Your hair is brown and slightly curly. The lack of alcohol swelling is a bonus. Though the badge in your hand shines as you rotate it, catching light. You see lines of information on it, and a shining water.
Harrier. That's long for Harry. So you are Harry. Evrart was half right. Probably not a lot of people know your full name. Whoever told him you're Harry Dubois didn't. It's a wartime name. Revolutionary. The kind mothers give their sons during troubled times. Like...
A name like armor.
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
The badge in your hands shines as you rotate it, catching light. You see lines of information.
Lieutenant W. The lieutenant is a rank above sergeant and below captain. It's the highest rank in the RCM that still does field work. The title of Yefreitor is added to your rank when you decline a promotion to a higher rank. In your case, captain. You have declined twice, thus your... There are many reasons one would do this. The rank above you in your precinct's décomptage might be taken, or sometimes... And sometimes, they just prefer the type of police work available to their current rank. In your case, lieutenant. Décomptage is the hierarchical system.
The countdown is modeled after the dual leadership system employed.
The lowest rank is junior officer, usually teenagers. Then there are the patrol officers, then sergeants, lieutenants, and then a captain. That's basic. Kings like satellite officers and the additional Yefreitor rank I already explained. You are given the title of satellite officer if your partner is quickly promoted through the ranks and you rise with him. My pleasure. Yes, apparently you've had a rather successful career in the past, and this leads me to believe maybe your current situation... Good.
Such a small yet precious thing. Expensive paper called...
That's just the serial number. Revachol, Jamrock...
The numbers are not there for good measure.
4 months ago. I'm guessing that's when you were promoted to the rank of Lieutenant. A new badge usually comes with a new rank. You seem to have been doing well.
You're pretty sure you weren't doing well, but better?
Yes, it's the designation of your precinct. 41, like mine. It's a tough station to work in. You have all of... But then again, it's a legendary district, and a hell of a station too. It must be an honor.
Roberts, Feuerbach, Dimitri. Suddenly, he knew all those people, although they're not. The badge in your hand shines as you wrote. Great news. The boat is big enough for a grown man like you to fit underneath it in a supine position.
Huh? Sarcastic self-pity. I understand the situation.
You have a home somewhere.
Hmm.